Hello. All right. So tonight we're going to do, this is the more long detailed video. I just washed my face and I still have some mascara all over it. So, all right. So this is where I'll be doing the HAC, plus I'll be adding in, I guess, all the extras. So if you send me your selfie and we do a color match, I'm going to recommend your 4 colors for you, or your, 4 things, I guess. You can, if you want to do the 3D 4 palette. And then I'm also going to add like extras in there. So like I'll have a basics section and then the extras section. So it'll make sense. So even if you don't think you're going to purchase anything, it's always a good idea to get a color match anyways. So then I'll just have that on a record, or you'll have it on record for when you are ready. So let's get started. Sorry, I'm stumbling over words today. Words are tough for me. Does anybody else have those weeks like, I don't know, Fridays are usually when I'm most tired. And like my brain's just done working. So if you catch the replay, make sure you do #replay. And if you are watching live, go ahead and say hi. I'll try to make this quick, but this is one of those longer videos. So you can watch the replay if you want to, like fast forward it. So I'm going to start with, so I have a bare face, nothing's on here. I'm going to start with a moisturizer. So for tonight, I'm going to do the milk cream. In the morning, especially, you know, when it's not winter, I will use a SPF lotion. So I do use a different lotion in the morning. So I use either the Supergoop Glow Screen or the Elta MD Skincare UV Clear. You want to make sure that whatever you use does not have any silicones in it. Silicones don't really play nice with cream makeup. So, and make sure it's soaked in as well. So I'm going to start with my eyes tonight. And so I'll do my moisturizer now, so it'll have plenty of time to soak in. So the milk cream that we have now, the Saint branded one, does not look like this. It's, I believe it's like kind of like this color, kind of like a, I don't know, tannish, grayish color, grayish maybe. I just have a couple, I ordered a couple of those, so it'll be a while before I order more cream. So I like this cream. It has a different feel to it. It's hard to explain. I don't know. So it does have some, I think, skim milk powder. Or no, well, it says skim milk. I don't know if it's actually the liquid or powder. Distilled water. Word I can't say. Allantoin, honey, and some other stuff too. So it does not have silicone in it. So it kind of goes on really slippery and somewhat kind of watery, but then it like really absorbs really quickly. And it actually works really nice when I'm having psoriasis flare-ups for my elbows too. So, all right. And then I'm going to put my milk lip conditioner on. So it just comes in a tin. You can put it on your finger like that. Some people go like that. That feels weird to me, so I'm not going to do that right now. It comes in either mint or cherry. So this is the mint one. And I have the cherry one that I keep in my purse. So it comes in the same little tin. I always like to moisturize my lips as well. Oh, I want to make sure I got some moisturizer under my eyes, actually. I typically put eye cream on, so when I moisturize, I don't put the cream there. So I'm just going to use this as my eye cream. All right, so you can also use your Stay Spray, so setting spray, as a primer. So let's do that. I So this, when I use this glow screen, it's a makeup gripping primer too. So I don't usually do that, but you can with your Stay Spray. I'm just gonna spray it on my face. So you can see how wet it is. So that's kind of how you want it. Every time I have something with a cap on it, I always drop it on the live. So then I'm going to press it in with my damp Perfector sponge. All right. Eyelid primer. I use an eyelid primer. Some people use your highlight color, like the brightener one or the main one, doesn't matter. I like to use an actual primer though, because it works for me to do that, but not as long. I have oily eyelids though. So this one is called Thank Me Later by Elizabeth Mott, but you can use whatever one you like. Or just use your cream. Some people don't need the primer, but like I said, I get oily on my lids. So I'm going to put that on, prime my lids. So your shadows kind of need something to stick on, so that's why I like to use the primer. All right. And it also kind of helps your shadow be more true to color as well. So those are my the skin prep before I put the makeup on. So we're going to do the eyeshadow. If you're going to do a more detailed eyeshadow look, I recommend doing it before you put your rest of your makeup on. Where's the eyeshadow? Because then if you have any fallout, you can just easily wipe it up. So it depends on the day, but sometimes I'll just use 1 color, 2 colors, 3, 4, whatever. I'm going to show you I guess I'm going to show you 4 colors. These are the 4 colors that you voted on. Sabrina, this one. Try not to get blinded with the mirror. This is Bright Eyes, Blondie, and Gilded, I believe. And then this is Trust. I use that for on my eyebrows. So, using the eyeshadow, sorry, they changed the name of it. The eyeshadow brush. My notes are still in mascara terminology and not Saint. So I'm just going to I have this color switch, and I'm just going to wipe my brush clean. Oh, and I forgot. We have a brush cleaner too now, so I forget to use that one. So you can use that one to clean as well. So this is good for putting into your compact, but I just have this big one here. I just do that one. So I usually like to have like a matte color that I put in the crease. I don't have one today, but this is the look we're going for, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to take the Sabrina first. So I like to take either a light color like this, or the Vanilla Dust powder, or like a loose powder, and always have something over the eyeshadow base. Just makes it easier for blending, I have found. And I typically like to use like a color like this, or there's so this is Sabrina. There's one called Cupcake that's pretty much the same color, but it's a matte color. So this is Cupcake right here. I also like Rome a lot too for a base color as well. All right, so I'm gonna get to the crease color. So I think the look, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm trying to remember how it was. I think it might have Bright Eyes in the crease. And I'm just going to clean the brush off between colors so I don't get any muddy colors. So, Bright Eyes. I'm going to do crease and lid, I think, for that. Alright, so I'm going to go in there with the fluffy end of this eyeshadow brush. Now this is a shimmer. I typically will do a matte in the crease. And I'm actually going to bring it down and kind of blend it onto the lid as well. So this is Bright Eyes. It's kind of a, I don't know, copper, gold, brown, I don't even know. It's a shimmer, pretty color. It's one of those ones that would look good on everybody, in my opinion. So I kind of have slightly hooded eyes, so what that means is when I open my eyes, you don't see all my lid. So if you did this, you would. Maybe I need an eye lift. So I go, I always keep my eyes open, and I go, instead of just like in the crease, I go a little bit above, just a hair. So you can actually see the color. So these colors are really pigmented. Not a whole lot of fallout. I don't notice, at least not, maybe in some of the colors, but for the most part, no. All right, so there's Bright Eyes, and I think the Gilded was in the outer corner. So I'm going to take the other side of the brush. This is kind of like, I call it either the pencil end or the bullet end, I guess, whatever you want to call it. So this is Gilded. So you could, it's almost like contouring your eyes a little bit. So I'm going to go outer V is what I call that. So I usually start there, kind of follow my lash line, or yeah, my upper lash line. And I kind of go between opening and closing my eyes. Because again, with the, depends on your eye shape. So I kind of start light, and I can always add more. I should have looked at the look before I got on here. Oh, there we got some fallout. I think I'm putting a little bit too much on. So typically when I use a outer V color, it's a little bit, there's more difference in the darkness. So I think that's why I'm getting a little bit too much over there, because I can't see it as well. Because it's pretty close to the Bright Eyes. So I know it looks pretty ridiculous now, but I'll blend it. Don't worry. But you don't want to overblend, because then you can lose that shape there. And one other thing that I always forget is, so whatever color, so this is kind of a tip, I guess, whatever color you put in your crease, put on the lower side or your lower lash line as well. Looks like I got some Gilded down there, so hold on. I'm going to clean up first. So take a tissue, I fold it, and just do that. Cleans it up. And so I'm going to go in with my Bright Eyes with the small end here. I'm just going to put it on the other side of my eye. And then you can also put a little bit of your outer V color to right at the edge. That's what I like to do. Looks pretty messy, guys. So I'm going to blend it. Again, taking a clean brush. And that's what you want to blend with. So you can either use a, like a new different brush. Like I've got a ton of other eyeshadow brushes to blend. Or you can just switch up and clean it. So I think the blending, wow, I got way a lot under my eye. Oh, it's probably in my eye too. All right. Okay. I just kind of mess with it until it looks all right. And anything that looks like kind of splotchy like this, you can clean up with your makeup when you put your cream makeup on later. All right, so now I'm going to go back in with my Sabrina, and I'm just going to put that right underneath my arch of my brow. And I don't want to put too much up of the, take up too much of the space here, because I don't have a lot of real estate up there. since my eyes are hooded. And then you can also pop some in the corner, but I'm gonna wait till after I do makeup to do that. And let's see, Blondie. We almost forgot Blondie. So with this one, I'm just gonna pop it right in the center, kind of right here. So I'm gonna use my finger. So, and just kind of tap it on there. This is a really pretty color. It's like a goldish color. And I'm actually kind of bringing it over the inside a little bit, almost make it look like it's a cut crease if you're careful enough. And if you want to blend, feel free. I usually just go right there. All right, not too shabby. Now I'm gonna actually darken the crease a little bit. I think the gilded is not quite dark enough for my liking. So I'm gonna add, you know what, actually I'm gonna add Zion right there. Zion is probably my top 5 colors. It's really pretty. All right, there we go. Just wasn't quite dark enough for me. All right. We have tons of eyeshadows, and we also have, I don't know if you've been on my page and kind of looked around on my Radiate Everyday with Anna page on, over Christmas, we had a sale and we had Advent calendar, which was an Advent calendar full of eyeshadows. There's 2 of them missing because I gave two of them to my aunt, but they are so beautiful. And we begged them because it was a limited time thing, and we gave them lots of feedback that they should bring it back. So they're actually working on making these part of our line. So they're going to have an extra 24 colors. I think it's supposed to be in late spring, early summer. And they're going to be renaming them because they all have like Christmas names now. So I think they've renamed like 8 of them now. They did that over their artist's birthday. Okay, so moving on to all right. Let's do the face now. All right, so I switched up to a different size compact that I've been using. This is the they changed the name of the compact, so I'm always forgetting. This is a 3D 12. This is the 12 palette. So basically it fits 12 large tins. So all of them have the mirror. Got 2 layers. These are all creams. I like to keep my powders and my creams separate. I would suggest you do that as well. So you can either just put like all your powders on the bottom layer, or just, I have an extra palette that has my powders in it. So, all right, so I'm going to take let's see if we can clean up here. All right. So I'm going to try to use different brushes tonight. And I have a couple of them that are the new Saint branded ones. I have 4. Yeah, 4. And the rest are the old. They're not even really old, but the mascara branded ones. So I'll be showing lots of those. I highly recommend getting, sorry, I'm getting all these noise here. Getting a brush when you get your cream makeup, because the brushes are designed for our cream makeup. And if I mean, you can try if you have your own brushes, you can try it on there, but I will tell you that it does make a difference. You will go through a lot less product with our brushes. So if you notice that you're going through your product pretty fast, I would suggest trying one of our brushes. I would just suggest trying one right away, so then you don't have to waste the product. But So these tins should last quite a long time. Like this one right here is an original one. Like I haven't replaced it, and I've been using for about a year. And that's kind of my summer-ish color. And then my self-tanner color as well. All right, so we've got the Buffy. Well, it's called the Buff now. So this has got a denser bristles. All of the brushes are double-ended. And this gives you a fuller coverage. So if you like a full coverage, that's a good one. And then the blush and bronzer. Sometimes you'll hear it called the B squared. I still call it that sometimes. Has a smaller kind of domed end here, and then a fluffy, looser end here. This is a probably medium, light to medium coverage. And so since the cream, the makeup's cream, it kind of moves with, and it's flexible, so it moves with your skin rather than like settling into it. So when you're talking throughout the day and so on, and you're not going to get like sinking lines there. The only place I sometimes get lines is under my eyes, and I think it's because I don't have as much moisture there because I'm older. So sometimes I just kind of tap it out like that, and then they go away. So, all right, so I'm going to start with the, let's see, my main highlight. All right, which one was I going to use? Let's use I'll use the Buff one. So this is Sandy. This is my main highlight. I'm just going to lightly put it in there. You're not ever swiping. Don't ever swipe. So put it on your face in the area we say where you would grow a beard. The colors, you could see it went on a little bit dark in the beginning, but then I blended it out. The color's pretty forgiving. This is, like I said, my summer color, and then also when I self-tan, I use this one as well. So, and I think I do need to self-tan again this weekend. But there's no lines. So, bearded area, and then I put it in the middle of my forehead. You can kind of swipe a little bit here. So you could probably swipe if you have less, if your skin is more even, like mine isn't. You probably could get away with that. Just play around. But the key is you don't want to use very much. So always use less, and you can always add more. All right, so I'm going to go to the blending or the brightening highlight. So this one is Aura for me. So I'm going to use this smaller end and kind of go into the Aura. I just put the first couple dabs there, and then I'm just going to clean up my eyeshadow fallout, and it's gone. So that's why I guess it's a good idea to do your eyeshadow first if you're going to use a darker color that might be harder to clean up. So this is going to be under your eyes in like a pie shape. So where are you going to put that one? Kind of down your center of your face. You'll see people put it in the different places. Or not different, but like some people just do under their eyes. Some people do, you know, middle of your forehead, nose, a little bit on your chin. Just kind of think like brightening in the center there. So now some people like really bright under eyes. Like this is like your concealer. You can always add a lighter shade to make it that way, or yeah. So it's usually about 2 shades lighter than your main. Okay. So this foundation or the highlights, which just makes up your foundation. I know it's hard to get used to calling these your highlights when that's not what we think about it. So the creams that you put on your face, like like you would normally call your base or your foundation, we call highlights. So it's highlighting, making your face look more three-dimensional. All right, so now I'm going to go into the contour, and I'm going to use the detail brush. So this one is, this is my favorite brush, hands down. So contour can look kind of scary sometimes, but just practice, and this cream is so forgiving too. So you want to, so you've highlighted, now you want to bring some shadows or dimension back to your face. So you're going to add where your shadows are naturally. So forehead, cheekbones, under the jaw. I like to put on my lip. I'm going to show you tonight how to do your typical nose, but there can be different ways depending on your shape. So this color is indigo. It's one of the darker ones. And then I also have shadow next to it. So shadow is a really cool color. It's almost kind of like a gray undertone. Some people don't like to use it, but I like to sometimes mix it with indigo because this can sometimes pull a little bit of red, like it looks a little red on me. So I might mix it with the shadow to make it look less red. So, all right, so I'm gonna go in with the larger end and just tap into there. So you can see how it's divided there. So I'm going to take one side, find my cheekbone. Is usually where I start. I like to start on the back here because you want the darker color here so you can blend it down. So find your cheekbone and just kind of push up against that, and stop at about where the color of your eye starts. Okay, and other side. I ran out of color there. There. Add a little more. Okay, so you can already see the shadow there. And on the forehead is where you can really see, you'll see when I say it, it pulls red on me. So you're going to do temple to temple. That's what I do. And I'm using, I have a few different contours I use. I'm using the darker one now just so it shows up better on camera. And then I'm going to use the excess right under my jaw, get rid of my chins, extra ones, and blend right on that jawline, and you can go down a little bit too. So actually I didn't have much extra left there, so. So you can see how I clean that up, added that shadow there. So under my chin I usually blend right away, but here I let sit for a little bit, warm up to my skin. And then I'm gonna go for, jeez, I'm losing stuff here. Oh. So I'm just gonna blend, kind of circular motion back into my hairline. So the larger space that you cover, the smaller this way your forehead will look. So if you have a smaller forehead, you can just do a thin line. All right. And then for my contour on my cheeks, I just tap into it to just kind of blur it, and then flick it upwards a little bit. You can see it pulls a little red there for me too. It's almost like using a bronzer and a contour in the same thing. Because usually contours are a little bit more ashy and bronzer's a little bit more bronze. All right. Okay, so if you can see, we got the shadows, just take a look at those. So I brought some life, it's not one-dimensional here. And really is like one layer too. So because you remember with my main highlight, I just put it in the center. Then I added contour. And then with my, well, this might be double layered here, but with my main highlight there, it's all one layer. So all of the highlights and contours have color correction in them and coverage. So color correction, not just obviously the cover. So all right, so still missing something here. We've got definition, structure, brightness in the center. Oh, I forgot to do my nose. I told you I was going to do that. So here's the, I'm going to use shadow for this. So that's another thing that people like to use shadow for, is contouring their nose. So again, I'm going to go in with the sides here and coat just the edges there. You see that? And then for me, I've got a, I don't know what the term is for a nose. It's like uneven or something. It goes in here and then bulges out there, whatever. So I like, you want to follow like where the, where your nose starts to roll over, I guess. So the closer the lines are, the thinner your nose will appear. So for me on this side, I'm not going to follow this. I'm going to do a straight line. So then it kind of hopefully diminishes that part. So I love how this brush, you just lay it on and it just puts the line there straight. So I don't have to try to keep it straight. And then I put a little bit down here because I have a little bit of, I don't know, extra bone there or something. And then I usually use my extra to go under my lip to make it look more full. And slap the rest there. So, and then I'm going to take the smaller end of my detail brush and I'm just going to lightly blend up to my eyebrow. Again, I'm not going to totally take it away. I like to look to the side and see if somebody's looking at me from the side, are they going to be like, wow, she's got a crazy line. All right, and then I go back with my brightening highlight and I tap a little bit of extra down there and blend that in. So I think I lost that line now. Kudos for those of you hanging in here for the video. All right. Okay, so then, so for me, I touch my face to feel if it doesn't feel like I have too much on. Right now, it doesn't, because I kind of have gotten used to know how much I need on my skin. But I highly recommend getting a perfector sponge for beginners especially, because it can help take off excess if you have too much. So get it damp and then squeeze it out. Okay, so for blush, I'm gonna go with, what do I have in here? Oh, I've got Nude. I don't think I've shown that one up. So this one is Nude. I'm going to use the blush and bronzer brush, the smaller end. And for the blushes, they're very pigmented. The lip and cheeks, so they're called lip and cheeks, but I'll call them blushers. Very pigmented. You don't need hardly any on here. So I like to follow where my contour is, and I actually kind of go up towards my temple too. But you do whatever you want. Some people put on their apples of their cheeks. It's all just depending on what you like. So, but this is just what I do. So adds a little color. Back to the cheeks. We've got lots of, so this is like a matte satin color. I prefer that for my cheeks because I think it lasts longer, and I don't like it's sticky right here. But we have lots of glosses too, and there's tons of lip and cheeks to choose from. These are all of them. So I have all of them. These are illuminators, ignore those. So lots of colors if you need suggestions. Honestly, they really do look good on everybody, and I'm not just saying that. So you can also line your lips with, and I'm going to blot off some of the conditioner stuff. I'll use this small end of the detail brush, so that's this one, going into indigo, and I squeeze it together so it looks kind of flat. Actually, it almost looks like the multitasker brush, so you could use that too, I guess. But, and I'm just going to line my lips with it, so you can use this as liner as well. So I'm using indigo. And then I blend it. I have a hard time with my lower lip because it blends into my face. So it's hard to tell what's my lip and what's not. So I usually do like that. I do the kind of almost the X right there, and then press it together. So then it, what that does, it kind of helps contour your lip. I don't know if you've seen the lip contour video that I put on here. I don't know what day I did that, but similar to that. Makes your lower lip fuller. So for my lips, I like to use a gloss, especially when I don't have to wear a mask. And this is Sadie. That's the color. All right. So there's Sadie, really neutral color, and then you can line with the contour. All right, so then Stay Spray. You know what, I'm gonna wait. No, I'm not gonna wait. Let's Stay Spray. I'm gonna actually put it on the perfector and then just kind of blot it on. Oh, and then inhale it while I'm at it. So, this is a pretty good setting spray, but in all transparency, I will tell you I don't use it as much because during this, when I work at school, I have to wear a mask, so I need a stronger one. So I actually use this one. It's called Fitish. I'm gonna swipe people here. So this is called Fitish. Don't sweat it, and this stuff is powerful. So it like tightens your face. So that's what I use when I wear a mask. Although the setting spray, people, it does work good as well, but I just like that one better. That's one thing I like about Saint, is we don't say don't use other products. You use whatever works for you. So almost forgot bronzer. So bronzer, this is the, oh yeah, this is Bella Bronzer. And then this is actually a highlight color, one of the darker ones, called Muse. So Bella Bronzer is sheer and does not have coverage, and Muse does. So sometimes when Bella is out of stock, or if I just want more coverage, I will use Muse as the bronzer. So it's all kind of depends on what you want. So if you need suggestions for that, just let me know. And this is Glow Illuminator. These don't have any shimmer in them. I like a little shimmer in my bronzer. If you don't have to do it. So what I like to do, so large end of the brush, and just swirl. I swirl over into both of them. So I got to go a little bit deeper with the Bella bronzer, and then I get, because my Bella's worn out more, or used up more. So then get there, and then, so bronzer is where, kind of where this sun is going to hit your face, I guess, and you're using it to warm up the skin. So I just kind of get hair all over here, and I kind of do like in a C there, and you can bring it down your neck. It's really good for when you're transitioning from seasons and or for those of us who our necks don't match our face, because they shouldn't, I guess, because your neck is shadowed by your face. So Bella bronzer, recommend it for everybody. It's a cream bronzer. So, and then I'm going to go to the vanilla. I'm actually going to take a little perfector to this. I think I got a little crazy with the bronzer. So this stuff, it feels really light. Like, it doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin, and I'm not just saying that, it really doesn't. So even when I feel just a little bit of sticky like product, I just don't like it. So that is one thing to get used to. Okay, so I'm gonna go to, this is our vanilla dust powder. So it's like a fine milled setting powder, and this is our powder brush. So again, all the brushes, if you order now, are gonna look like this, except for there's a couple that are on clearance. Actually, this one is on clearance for 40% off, and my cover's stuck here. The buff one, but in this mascara branded, so the gold and rose gold is also 40% off. Same brushes, it's just different colors. So I would go for the cheaper one, but you do whatever you want. So the vanilla dust, I really like it because, you know, snaps right into your compact. You don't have to carry a big old thing of powder in your purse. So I like to go kind of where I go under my eyes, and then kind of my T-zone, where I know that I get oily. So you can also use your loose powder, whatever you want, whatever works for you. So there's that. Finishing touch. I get everything? Oh, illuminator. So for illuminators, we have cream or powder. Powders are here. This is Georgia Photoshop. I like to use this one for an eyeshadow. This is actually a powder bronzer, but it's out of, like, it was limited edition. We don't have it anymore. Glamazing and I can't remember the other one. Another thing to know is all the names are on the back. So this one's called Starlet. So, and then I have cream ones. This one is Pearl, and what else do I have? Angel, Rose Gold, and Dulce. This one, I don't think, that was a limited edition one as well. So those are some things that to keep in mind too. If you see things that are limited edition and you like them, jump on them, because they're not there forever. So Pearl. So for the creams, I like to use my Perfector sponge and just kind of dab it on the top of my cheekbone. So the creams are more subtle. I'll do a powder one on the other side so you can see. So creams are more subtle, just like a light little kind of glow. And then the powders are a little bit more glamorous. Let's see, I'll do a glamazing. And I like to use the blend brush for the powder illuminators. So just a little, see, it's a little bit more, just more, I guess. A lot of times, actually, I like to go on top and set it. So there's that. All right, and I need to finish my eyes. I never finished my liner. So we don't have liner or mascara, so I'll just use what I got. This is the Thrive Cosmetics waterproof liner. And I like to do a tight line. So a tight line is when you go your water line, but up here. And I'm going to do it in a different mirror. I don't know. Well, I'll do it here. All right. So usually I do it in a different mirror because I have contacts and they really dry out when I do this. And sometimes I end up drawing on my contacts. So you can see what this does. It makes it so it looks like your lashes are fuller and darker. If you can see that. It's a subtle difference, but it's still there. So you want to wear, yeah, there, I got on my contact. You want to wear a waterproof one. So this is a good one. I've got some, you'd think that I wouldn't be able to feel it, but it is waterproof, so it stays there. I've got some other brands too. I don't even know what they are, but that's my favorite. And then I'll go mascara. So I will do I'm not going to curl them. I like to do a primer. The Voluminous L'Oreal first while I'm doing my brows. I don't even know how long I've been on this. Okay. So use the line brush. So this has a spoolie on one end and I bent it at an angle. And then an angled small end there. You can use that for brows or eyeliner, whatever. So I'm gonna show you two different ways to do it. So an easy, quick way and a more detailed way. So I'm gonna show you the way I prefer using eyeshadow. So this is Trust eyeshadow. And I think I put a graphic up, or a graphic's coming up, scheduled in the party, of which colors to use. So my brows are microbladed, so you can see this is not hair. So I just like to make it so it looks all the similar color. And I actually use a brow gel. I don't actually do this way very often because I'm usually in a hurry and the gel is easier, or quicker I should say. So this is Trust, one of the darker matte colors. Some people use Oak. Coal maybe? I don't have coal. So there's one way. So that's the powdered way. And another easy, like really easy way to do it is using your contour and your spoolie. So I'm actually going to use the shadow because this might be too red. And you're just going to put your spoolie in your contour like that. You can see it barely. And just run it through. Just like that. So you can't see this one too much on me, probably because the color is pretty close to the microbladed skin underneath. So there's one way. So I like the color of this Trust one better than I like the shadow color. Actually, I'm going to try a little bit of this indigo on top of it, see what it does. Make it darker. So this is more like precise and defined, whereas this is more kind of a softer look. So yeah, I think I just needed to go darker. And then I usually will clean it up with a Q-tip. Not too shabby. So what I typically use, like on a day-to-day basis, is the Thrive Cosmetics Brow Gel. I use Serena or Aubrey are the colors that I use. All right, so mascara. My favorite is Thrive Cosmetics. Tip, do your bottom lashes first. So then when you're doing your top ones, they don't smear on you. So this is a what do they call it? It's called liquid lash extensions, but it's like the mascara like tubes. I guess it like tubes around your lashes. So I usually just kind of wiggle it at the bottom and then I blink through. So it washes off. Anyways, it washes off really good. Like don't be surprised if you have like little chunks, because it's like little tubes that it makes around your individual lashes. Oh, the setting spray? Yeah, no, that's not normal. That's not what I normally do. But it was in my notes that way. Whatever video I watched, I must have did that. I typically end with the setting spray, especially if I use like powder. But this setting spray, people also use it as a primer, so it kind of serves a dual purpose. Oh, and inevitably I always get it on my face. So tip, wait for it to dry and then it will flake off. Although this one doesn't really flake, because the formula is different. And then for the setting spray, I guess I don't spray it on my eyes. So I focus it usually where I have my mask, because that seems to be the place where I need it the most. And I don't even always use setting spray when I'm not going to be wearing a mask all day. So there's that. I think I got everything. All right, so eyes. You can add a little more blush. I usually like to. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe they need to make it a brush that's shorter. I don't know. I always get it there. Or I don't know if I have any there. No, not today. Usually I do. All right, so I don't know. I just like adding a little blush at the end. I just think I don't know if it soaks in. So you could see that you can clean up any mistakes that you make pretty easily. So any questions, let me know. Give me your selfies. I want to say that the selfies that I got today, I got 3 of them. They were probably the best selfies I've ever got. You guys do a really good job of following directions. So you would not believe, sometimes it's kind of a struggle to try to get, because you need good lighting. Like you want natural light, because I want to get the best match. Like this is a ring light in the dark, so this would probably not be a good, selfie to send. But you guys did a really good job. Like you nailed the neck, the chest, I even got a couple side views. You did a really good job. So I hope you're pleased with the colors that you're matched with. So I'm going to be I'm not wrestling. That would be scary. I'm at a wrestling tournament tomorrow, but I'll be checking my phone if you need to send some color matches. I think I still can get reception in Brookings. I'm not sure. Pretty sure. So send your color matches. I don't think I have any more posts scheduled, but I'll probably be putting stuff in throughout the weekend. I might hop on and do more videos. If you have any requests, let me know. Like if there's any lip colors or anything that you want to see, or different eyeshadows, let me know. All right, bye.